What's going on, guys? This is Life of E.L.T here, and today's story is a pretty interesting one. It's about the time when my house was caught on fire. If you guys enjoy the story, make sure you leave a like, and let's just start this. This story takes place when I was 9 years old. This was towards the beginning of February, and it's kind of funny because we're in February right now. But this story actually takes place in 2009, and I was 9 years old at the time. And basically, I was living with my mom, and while I was living with my mom, I had lunch on this certain day. I had a peanut butter sandwich, basically, and that was pretty much it. And after I ate lunch, I was so bored, I didn't know what to do. So I went upstairs and started listening to music on the radio. And I won't say the name of the station I was listening to, just for privacy reasons, but the name of the song that came on the radio on this day was a song by Maxwell called Pretty Wings, and it was my favorite song at that time. Let's say around 5 p.m., my grandmother came over to our house for dinner because we were going to eat pork chop, rice, and some spinach as a vegetable. I have to mention this part because it's important for later in the story. My grandmother cooked brownies before entering my mom's house, and when she left the house, my grandmother forgot that the stove was even on. And I think this is where this fire even stems from because basically she was cooking brownies and when she left she just forgot to turn the stove off and the stove has been on for I don't know how long. But I didn't think much of it because I didn't know anything about it until later. But after dinner is when the story actually picks up. I hopped in my grandmother's car. Me, my grandmother, and grandfather went to my grandmother's house. And upon entering our house, we are greeted to a sight and a smell that we did not expect whatsoever. We are greeted to just the smell of smoke. And my grandmother and my grandfather were both freaking out. They didn't know what to do. And then I hear my grandfather start to say, "There's a fire. Put your coat back on. We have to go back out." And keep in mind, it was very cold outside. It was freezing. I think it was like 38 degrees or something like that. And I think towards the weekend, in the next week, it was supposed to snow. So I had a heavy coat on. So basically, I put my coat back on and I left the house because we had no other place to go but my mom's house. And that's where we stayed until the fire department came and got the fire out. But my grandmother ended up leaving my mom's house and renting an apartment for the remainder of this whole incident. And I actually visited my grandmother's apartment this whole time I was living with my mom. And I would stay there a few times. And towards the end of June, we were finally able to get back in our house that was burned down. We got everything rebuilt. And let's say that it was a very successful ending because I got my bed, I got my whole setup back to where it was starting from, and that was pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. I really hope you did, and if you did, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to this channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.